Hello everyone, this is Mario, welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 6 of my Evian Castelli career on Pro Cycling Manager. We are now at the end of June and it's time for the national championships. We don't really stand a big chance in any of these races, but we are going to play the 3 time trial and road races of the Italian, French and American championships before heading to Romania in the beginning of July for the Sibiu cycling tour, 5 stages with a short prologue to finish and with a couple of mountainous stages too. After that, having no real targets for the remainder of July and for the early part of August, we are going to head straight to the transfer market and see the new faces that will join the team for 2024. And so we head on straight to the racing. We are going to start with the Italian Time Trial National Championship. We don't really stand a chance with any of our riders. Pinazzi is just there for the numbers. Ravanelli with this hilly terrain might be our best chance, but is of course a terrible time trialist. And we do have Luca Wackerman on a fitness peak. He's also not a great time trialist, but he does well in hilly terrain, so maybe he can be one of our best riders. Ravanelli potentially getting a top 20. As for the win, let's face it, it's going to be Pippo Ganna for sure. And today our first rider to come out of the launching pad is going to be Luca Wackerman. He is on a +4. And so Luca Wackerman is now approaching the first intermediate checkpoint, actually the only intermediate checkpoint in this time trial. And at the moment he's losing 3 minutes and 35. Yeah, 3:35 lost in the first part of the time trial. That's not gonna be good. And so Wackerman is now in the final kilometer. Let's go all out with him to the finish line. I'm not really controlling Troia because I'm not worrying about him, and we get the 6th best time. 4:31 down on Simone Velasco. That was a decent second part of the time trial. And so now starting his time trial, Simone Ravanelli is on a 0 race day condition, so he doesn't really get a huge boost to his skills on the time trialing bike, but he is good on the mountain, and I'm going to try to approach this a little bit differently. I mean, not too differently from what I did with Wackerman, but I'm going to try to conserve a little bit more on the downhills, going at 55 and keeping the 60 in the flat sections. And Ravanelli now in the intermediate checkpoint, 43rd best time, 4:32 down on the best time in this section by Fabio Felline, who also holds the best time at the finish line. And I think I pushed too hard with Ravanelli close to the end. He's going to end his energy, finish his energy really early. 21st! 5:17 down. I'm not going to get the top 20 finish. And so Pippo Ganna takes it. I know, what a shock, right? By 2 minutes and 44 seconds over Alessandro De Marchi with Fabio Felline, almost 3 minutes down. We got 33rd with Simone Ravanelli, 8 minutes and 12 seconds behind. This is absolutely crazy. But hey, Pinazzi wasn't last. He only lost 17 minutes. Time for the American time trial. Apparently Andrew August is being really focused on the media, but he is not among the top 10 favorites for this one. We do have him on a fitness peak, and this is a season objective for him. Riley Sheehan also on a fitness peak. So let's see how things go. If we have some good days, maybe a top 20 this time is possible. And there we go with Riley Sheehan. He's on a +1 today, so boosting his stats a little bit. Let's do this in a similar way we did the previous one, but going a little bit harder. The race is only 19 kilometers long, so let's go at 70 on the initial flat section. And we are now entering the final kilometer with Riley Sheehan. No checkpoints to see how we are doing. Let's push it to 99 now, and he gets the 7th best time, 1 minute and 12 seconds behind Kyle Murphy. And boy, oh boy, we have Andrew August on a +5 today, going up to 71 time trial, and with massive boosts of resistance and stamina. This is going to be pretty useful to have, so hopefully he can get us like a top 10 maybe? Am I dreaming too high? And Andrew August is now about to enter the final kilometer. Let's go up to 90. Ooh, maybe that was a bit too much. Ooh, I think I used the energy too soon. He gets the 3rd best time. 13 seconds down on Will Barta. In the end, it wasn't quite enough to finish on the podium, not even on the top 10. Andrew August finishes 14th, 135 down on Brandon McNulty. I have to say, I'm really pleased with with the result I got with August. He's far from, yeah, we can't see his stats because he's still 17 years old. But as you can see, he only has 65 time trial at the moment, but this is a great indication for him for the future. The media really love my team. This time we have Alexis Brunel and Pierre Thierry being highlighted before the French ITT National Championship. This is the one that matters the most for our team. This time we have Alexis Brunel in the top 10 favorites for the race. So I imagine that the French Federation didn't really have the money to get some launching platforms and had to borrow the ones from the Tour de France. But here we are with Pierre Thierry on a +3 race day condition and starting his effort. We have a tiny hill at the start, and I'm going to push a little bit harder in this one, but mostly this is going to be flat. And so the first of my riders to finish the time trial, Pierre Thierry, I maybe was a little bit too conservative with him, and now I'm pushing all out with him, and he gets the third best time at the moment, 1:30. Down on Marc Sarre. And we are now about to finish the time trial with Maxime Chevalier. He is on a +1 day and looking pretty strong in the intermediates. He had the 13th best time on the final checkpoint. And on the finish line is going to be the 8th fastest. And I totally forgot to use the remainder of the energy. But 1:59 down is the best rider so far for my team. And now starting his time trial, we have Alexis Brunel. He is on a +1. I was expecting a little bit more, but 74 time trial for him today and 71 resistance. In the first checkpoint, Alexis Brunel was 24 seconds down on the best time with the 8th best mark there, and currently is still 8th, 53 seconds down on the second checkpoint, but I did conserve a little bit, and we are now in the final kilometer with Alexis Brunel. I could have pushed a little bit more with him. He gets the 8th best time on the finish line, 1:44. The final section was pretty fast by him. And in the end, we did finish on the top 10 with Alexis Brunel. Maybe I could have done a little bit better in the end, but yeah, maybe 8th was there for the taking and I missed on that chance. The winner is Bruno Armirail. I think he was also the champion, the time trial champion in 2022, so he keeps his title ahead of Rémi Cavagna and Julien Alaphilippe. Also inside the top 20, we got Maxime Chevalier and Pierre Thierry. And so now going for the road races, we are starting with the Italian National Championship with Luca Wackerman and Simone Ravanelli being highlighted again, and Wackerman is on a fitness peak and this is a season objective for him. And isn't it nice when the game actually gives you the race day conditions that are predicted at the start? I'm not going on the breakaway because like my team is too small for trying to go on those adventures, and Pinazzi and Troia are going to be done very quickly, and I mean very quickly because the pace at the start is already quite high. It is an absolute downpour in Italy today. It's raining heavily, and the pace was also heavy at the start of the race with the peloton trying to control the breakaway. They ended up allowing 5 riders to get up the road, so we are now 68 kilometers from the end of the race, and the riders in the breakaway have about 3 minutes over the peloton. Their lead was around 7 minutes at some point, but then the peloton closed the gap a bit. And so we are now on the penultimate ascension as we have our first major attack with Diego Ulissi trying to go for it. Also Fabio Fellini trying to attack. Let's try to stay at the front. I really can't be the one responding to those attacks. Let's rely on Trek's work. And I may have made a mistake right now because I sent Oliviero Troia to get water pretty late. Let's use the Energy Gel and Ravanelli now and try to keep up with the strongest riders as they are setting a tremendous pace with Filippo Baroncini and Giulio Ciccone on his wheel. Stefano Oldani is now the one attacking. I can't really attack, I think. I don't know, should I? Should I try something like that? We still have a bit of climbing left. Let's try to attack with Luca Wackerman as we stop pacing with Ravanelli. Let's hope this works. This is never going to work. I don't think this is gonna work. We need to push a little bit on this flat section. There are way too many riders behind. He's not gonna make this, is he? I don't think he is. Yeah, he's about to be caught. 5 seconds ahead only. Can he make this? Let's go up to 99. We are still 5 seconds ahead. We have just been caught. But we are at the front with people gonna behind. This is downhill for the most part. Maybe we can keep going at 99. Can Ravanelli protect Wackerman somehow? Maybe not. Maybe that's not a good idea. What am I doing? 4 kilometers left. We are leading everyone. Let's not do that then. Let's go on the wheel of Baroncini with Ravanelli. Oh, others are going. Let's follow Diego Ulissi. Fabio Fellini, is he going to be able to win this? I think he is. Fellini, 20 seconds ahead of everyone, is going to win the National Championship of Italy, with second place going for Diego Ulissi and Giulio Ciccone finishing third. Simone Ravanelli is going to finish in the top 10, sixth, with Luca Wackerman finishing in 11th only. You know, sometimes I almost feel like banging my head against the wall, because why did I attack with Luca Wackerman? Simone Ravanelli could easily lead him out to the final sprint, and then he could easily finish on the podium or even beat Fabio Fellini and win the national championship. That was a wasted opportunity. We finished 6th and 11th. It's not bad for our team, but this could have been so much more. Moving on to the next one, and it's time for the American road race. This one is a bit hilly. It's not too hard, not particularly hard. We are going with August, McDonald, and Sheehan, of course. And August and Sheehan are both on fitness peaks, and this is a race, a season objective for them. I think Riley Sheehan, on a good day, can actually challenge for the win. Right, so I may have broken the game. My 3 riders are all on a +5 today. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, I guess. I'm maybe trying to get to go in the... I'm going to try to go in the breakaway, I mean. Except no one is really attacking. I saw an attack, but then the rider stopped. Yeah, let's go with Andrew August. Let's try to give it a go. I'm not certain if the breakaway is going to be able to contend, but in the eventuality of the peloton forgetting about chasing them, I would prefer having a rider up the road. And so with about 55 kilometers left for the arrival on sprint finish, I'm not really sure in which state that city is, but we have the breakaway group still with about 3.5 minutes at the front, as Brandon McNulty and Kevin Vermarke are trying to attack with Sepp Kuss now pushing. Oh no, and those guys are going away. Is Will Barter going to work for Matteo Jorgensen and try to catch them back? Okay, we got back to them, but I need to pay more attention to this, as McNulty, Craddock, and Warbasse go again with Vermarke as well. So with 42 kilometers to go, Brandon McNulty is now a minute ahead of the peloton, but still 2.5 minutes behind the front riders. So with about 22 kilometers left, this is the race situation. We have a group of 3 riders, Brandon McNulty, Nielsen Paulus, and Quinn Simmons, about 2 minutes and 20 behind the front runners, the breakaway group. And as we have attacks up the road, I need to pay attention to this. I cannot let them escape, because I do think that the win is in the breakaway. Okay, we have this chance here. Let's try to attack with Andrew August. Maybe this is a mistake, but we are trying to go away with 2 other riders. So we are going ahead with Schunk and Harden. We are clearly stronger than them, I think. Let's try not to make a mistake. This is for us to take. And with 7.5 kilometers to go, we are 1 minute ahead of the second group. I'm maybe making a mistake being at the front, but I'm pretty confident that Andrew August can win this, as we are about to enter the final climb. Let's up the tempo now to 85, 4 kilometers left, and try maybe... Ooh, this one is too short. I need to wait for the final climb to try and attack and leave the others behind. So let's try it now. Let's try to drop the others with 2 kilometers to go. Oh, we are already sprinting. Is this already the sprint? Oh no, I think I made a mistake. I think I made a critical mistake, and Harden may overtake us. We are still 800 meters to the finish line. We're gonna lose this. I can't believe it. I cannot freaking believe this. What a mistake. And Riley Sheehan finishes 8th. He actually takes the win, because 8 is the new first. It's been a long time since I have been this disappointed with myself for not being able to win a race in Pro Cycling Manager. This was Andrew August's to take. Going for a one-on-one sprint with William Hardin was always going to be tricky. He has 65 sprint, Andrew August only has 58. So I would have to drop him in that final hill. I think my mistake was not to revert back to the effort cursor. And now the final of the 3 road races of the national championships that we are going to play. This is the French one. We are not among the top 10 favorites, even though Alexis Goujard is being highlighted here. I think our best option for this one is going to be Alexis Brunel. This one is going to be very tricky for my team. There are plenty of hills and quite a lot of cobbles too. Maybe we can get a top 10, but I'm not really putting my hopes on that. Okay, so let's go for it. We have Pierre Thierry and Rémi Capron both on a +5. Pierre Thierry is going to be our leader for today. Let's try to make him the next French national champion. With 44 kilometers to go in the race, we have had our first attack from the peloton. Julien Bernard is trying to get away with Romain Grégoire chasing. Capron is looking better, so the actual climbing is having more impact than the cobbles themselves. And with about 30 kilometers left, we have had some huge attacks at the front. David Gaudu attacked, Romain Bardet as well, Nicolas Zédé and Tony Galopin are at the front as well. So quite a few important riders with Adrien Petit and Christophe Laporte up the road too. Julien Alaphilippe is trying to chase. We are trying to work with Alexis Brunel. We are about 45 seconds, not minutes, behind the riders up the road. And those are currently David Gaudu, Romain Bardet and Tony Galopin. Oh, and in a matter of 1 or 2 kilometers, the pace in this group really dropped. And the gap to the front is now almost 1.5 minutes. Let's have Rémi Capron, or Pierre Thierry, working in this group of 10 riders, and at the front we have David Gaudu trying to go alone. Let's put Rémi Capron on the wheel of Pierre Thierry as he tries to pull us back into contention. Can we at least try to go for the podium? We are now catching Romain Bardet with 9 kilometers to go. Tony Galopin is still ahead and David Gaudu is 2 minutes up the road. He is not going to be caught. I think I'm going to try to attack in the cobbled sector. Let's lower this a little bit with Pierre Thierry. Let's go up to 90 now. Prepare the attack for Rémi Capron and let's go now with him, as Julien Alaphilippe is the only rider together with Rémi Capron. Let's try to drop him. Oh, are we going to be able to do that? It's not going to happen. He is still here with us. We are going to challenge for the podium, I think. David Gaudu is 1 minute and 10 seconds behind with only 4 kilometers left for him. Are we going to... Yeah, we are going to get the podium. That is going to be an amazing result. But we should try to get on the wheel of Julien Alaphilippe. He is totally done, but so are we. In the final 500 meters, David Gaudu is about to get ready to celebrate. Let's try to outsprint Julien Alaphilippe, and we are going to do it. We are going to finish second once more in a national championship. It's funny how the second place in the American road race had me really disappointed, while the second place in the French road race is putting a wide smile on my face. I'm super happy with Rémi Capron being second, ahead of Julien Alaphilippe. Yeah, I was definitely not expecting to be contending for the podium with one of my riders. And so after the excitement of the national championships, we are going to go back to regular racing. We are in Romania for the Sibiu cycling tour. We have 2 flat stages, 2 mountain stages and a very short prologue, and are going to go for this one with Andrew August, Rémi Capron, Maxime Chevalier, Jérémy Lecroc, Pierre Thierry and Oliviero Troia. Stage 1 is going to be a good chance for the sprinters, with Jérémy Lecroc included among the top 10 favorites. Of all the riders in my team, Jérémy Lecroc had to be the one without a positive race day condition for today. So now with about 18 kilometers left in the stage, we still have a group of 3 riders up the road. They are under a minute ahead of the peloton, about to be caught. They had a lead of 8 minutes at some point, but yeah, they were never going to be able to contend for the stage. I have set my sprint train, which is finding it hard to position properly, and we are about to enter the final 5 kilometers and I'm in a terrible position with my sprint train. Please someone tell me what I should do to keep my riders at the front, because this seems to be completely impossible. Let's go with Andrew August. Actually, let's go with Pierre Thierry already. We are too close to the finish. Let's start sprinting at some point. I don't know when. I'm not really sure what to do. Let's go with Pierre Thierry. Let's go with Oliviero Troye. We are completely boxed in. This is not going to take us anywhere. Let's go with Jeremy Lecroc now. Can Troye take the win? He is not going to take it. It's a terrible sprint once again. Juan José Lobato ahead of Adam Tupalik. We finish 5th with Oliviero Troye, and Lecroc is only 14th. That was terrible again. I am honestly running out of ideas to make my sprint trains and my lead-outs work. Everything seems to fail. I'm never able to position properly, even when I try to go at 90 from 10 kilometers out. I get blocked, and then it's really tricky to properly sprint. So hopefully we perform better and get more lucky in stage 2. It's going to be a mountainous stage with a climb, a final climb of over 20 kilometers to Balealac, probably butchering how you say it. Let's try to have Maxime Chevalier on a good day and try to win the stage with him. So I am not going on the breakaway in stage 2. I have Andrew August on a +3 and Maxime Chevalier on a +1. And with 28 kilometers left in the stage, we are 5 kilometers from the start of this massive climb. We have a group of 7 riders up the road, currently about 1 minute and 20 seconds ahead. Now with 14 kilometers left, we have Kern Pharma as apparently the most committed team in this climb, in this stage. Yeah, this is going to be a struggle. Still 95 riders left in the peloton. How is it possible that my riders are struggling so much with still so many riders in the peloton? And the tempo is now increasing quite a bit. I am going to struggle so much. Are the others going to be able to attack? Is anyone still with any energy left? No one is capable to pace with 7 kilometers left still. The other riders somehow found some remaining energy, and they are now pacing quite a lot as we enter the final 3.5 kilometers. Chevalier still has a tiny bit left. Andrew August is almost done. They stopped again. Can I try something here? I don't really want to bottle this. Let's keep Andrew August. I swear I'm not moving my riders left and right. They are doing this by themselves. We are entering the final kilometer. Still 24 riders in this group, and we are leaving. We are going to lose this. We are not going to win. The win is going to be for Adria. Is already celebrating. Yeah, we didn't have anything left. Where did he find that energy? In the end, we add another disappointment to the pile. We finished 10th, 47 seconds down on Roger Adria. I mean, Adria is clearly a better rider than Maxime Chevalier. Maybe I pushed a little bit too much at the end. Somehow, Roger Adria had plenty left and won by 17 seconds. Okay, now stage 3, it's another mountain stage, and maybe today I will send someone in the breakaway, maybe to try to get some KOM points and get into that jersey. I swear I was tempted to go with Andrew August in the breakaway, but unfortunately he's on a -1 today. Maxime Chevalier on a +2. Honestly, I recorded the previous stage yesterday, so I don't remember, but I think he was on a +1 in the previous stage. So maybe he can do a little bit better today. So we are now on the first category 1 climb of the day, the Curmatura Vidrutai. We have a group of 14 riders up the road, 3.5 minutes ahead of the peloton. Okay, so Maxime Chevalier just crashed. He managed to get back on his bike right at the back of the peloton, but he's again going to lose a little bit of energy in trying to get back to the front. And as the breakaway is about to enter the climb to Paltinish, they have a 5-minute lead over the peloton, 11 riders left at the front. And we have some attacks. Marton Dina is going with Roger Adria, Vincenzo Albanese as well, but the yellow jersey is on the attack. The yellow jersey is already a minute ahead of us. Oh no. Okay, we got back to the yellow jersey. They were caught. The front group was caught. And Roger Adria is attacking with 5 kilometers remaining. This is really... He's got to be on a fitness peak. I'm being dropped here to a second group, but I can't go any faster than this. Let's use the energy gel. We are on the flattest section of this climb. The front riders are just ahead, but I don't have anything left with Maxime Chevalier. We are in the leaders group, but we have nothing left, and Aaron Gate is attacking, is going for the win. Langelotte is following. Roger Adria as well is not going to win the stage. It's going to be between Aaron Gate, Adam Tupolik, and Roger Adria, and already celebrating in slow motion, Aaron Gate wins stage 3 of the Sibiu Cycling Tour. Maxime Chevalier is going to finish 11th. He loses about a minute and 40. So yeah, any chances for the GC are basically gone for him. For the entire season, Maxime Chevalier has done absolutely nothing to convince me that he should stay in the team for 2024. He finished 11th on the same time as Vincenzo Albanese, who is a better rider than him, but he loses 137 to the winner, Aaron Gate. Chevalier actually went up one position. He is now 9th because some riders lost a few positions, like Pelayo Sanchez and a couple of HRE, Holy Roman Empire. We are very close from having our first episode in this series without any wins. Let's try to correct that and win this sprint stage with Jérémy Lecroc. Honestly, I cannot understand the way the AI behaves when it comes to controlling the breakaway in PCM. In longer flat stages, they don't allow more than 3 riders to get in the breakaway. In this one, that is really short, they have allowed 13 riders to go up the road. I think we are already doomed and the breakaway is going to end up taking the stage win. And so we are now roughly 11 kilometers from the finish line, about 9 only for the breakaway. They are a minute and a half ahead. They are going to take the stage win. The peloton did increase the pace quite a lot at some point, but the stage was just too short for them to allow such a large group to get to the front. And I mean, I was completely seeing it, but I also didn't have the strength in my team to be the one pulling. So the breakaway is about to finish the stage and take the win. Let's at least try to win the sprint from the peloton. And I sent Troya, but I don't understand this. I don't understand this. Why? Why is this happening? I honestly can't understand how this works. Like, whenever I click to sprint, my riders go nowhere. So in the end, Maciej Paterski took the win for Voster ATS team. He took it from the breakaway, kind of predictable after having 13 riders up the road. And is there anything Roger Adria cannot do? Because he won the sprint from the peloton, and he's going to take the 4 jerseys. 2.7 kilometers left to finish the Sibiu Cycling Tour. We don't have one of the main favorites for this one, but Jérémy Lecroc has won a prologue in a race before, so maybe he can do something special today and try to take a win. Jérémy Lecroc is going to be my first rider. He is in the worst possible position ever to start a time trial, but yeah, that's kind of a bug there. I'm going at 99. No, I cannot go at 99. That is too much. I need to lower this a tiny little bit. Maybe I'm going to overdo it. We are now on the final kilometer. Let's push a little bit more. Try to control this properly. Let's go all out. And we get 5th. 4 seconds down on the best time by Filip Prokops. I'm not going to read that name. And it is now time for Oliviero Troia. Is on a +5, but I think I went too hard again on the start. Let's maybe try to push to the line now, and he gets the 3rd best time, 2 seconds down. Oh, PCM, for crying out loud. We have Maxime Chevalier, our best time trialist, on a -4 for this one. Like, this is so ridiculous. He's obviously not going to win it, and maybe I'm pushing even a little too hard because his resistance and prologue skill are complete and utter crap today. He loses 29 seconds, 94th best time only. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Roger Adria won the prologue as well. This guy does it all. And so he consolidates his lead, he wins the GC, he wins the mountain classification, he wins the points classification, and he takes the young rider's jersey. He has done absolutely nothing the entire season. What a goat. This had to be his only season objective for sure. Wait. Maxime Chevalier is happy because he had a good result in the Sibiu Cycling Tour? Mate, we are not on the same page when it comes to the definition of what a good result is. I don't think you belong in this team in the future. And so we had a couple of offers to become the new main sponsor of the team for the 2024 season, but we were committed to Evian. And after having a very successful first season in which we completed every single sponsor objective until this point, we were able to renegotiate the initial offer that was of 72,000 euros per month. We increased it to 94,000 euros, and that will surely help us to strengthen the squad for 2024. Also, before moving to the transfers, I'm going to show you the results of the Tour de France. The race started very positively for the French, with David Gaudu winning the opening stage, but did it finish here? No, he also won stage 2 of the Tour de France, and he was wearing the leader's jersey, but that wasn't all. He also won the Puy de Dôme stage, his third in the race, and he completed the set by winning the time trial in stage 16. And by the end, David Gaudu became the first French rider to win the Tour de France in almost 40 years. This was of course immensely helped by the events of stage 12, in which 3 riders were forced to withdraw from the race. Remco Evenepoel, who was leading the race at that point, Jonas Vingegaard and Primož Roglič were forced to abandon after stage 12. As for my team, we had some really good results in the Tour d'Alsace, with Simone Ravanelli winning stage 2, and then Brodie McDonald winning the final stage, and with Simone Ravanelli taking the GC as well. So in order to save some time in the video, I'm going to do all my signings off camera, and then I will go through all the riders that are going to join for 2024. So starting with contract renewals, the first one is Simone Ravanelli. He had a spectacular first season for Evian Castelli and renews his contract for 2 more years. He's going to be seen as a luxury teammate, but wins from him will be expected as well. A lot more was expected from Olivier Rotreuil in his first season. He's going to still re-sign for 3 more seasons with the team, seen as a luxury teammate. If he can win some stages or races, that's perfect, but I will not demand that from him. Luca Wackerman, on the other hand, had a very decent first season. He is going to resign for 2 more years, even though he's already 31 years old and is not going to develop any further. But he is a very entertaining rider to have, so it made sense to keep him in the team. Having won a classic in a very spectacular way, Rémi Capron also re-signed for 2 years. His second place in the French National Championship road race was also a big highlight of his season. He will be a very important teammate, but on his day, he can take some wins for us. The only win in the season for Riley Sheehan came in the Tour du Jura Cycliste, a 1-day race. He's going to renew for 2 years. I was expecting a bit more from him, but it didn't really happen. Maybe if he can develop a little bit more, he can still bring some more wins for the team in the next season. The final rider to renew for the team is Andrew August, with a new 3-year contract that sees him as an important rider for the team. A young 17-year-old rider that is going to join the team is Domenico Capelli, and I think this is the first new gen we are going to have. He is mostly a climber and a puncher, but he is definitely going to be one for the future. Matteo Barroso is also a rider that I believe can have a lot of potential, even though we didn't really properly scout him. Already showing quite a lot of skill in hills and cobbles, is hopefully going to become a Ronde van Vlaanderen winner for us in the future. Hugo Fabris is another 17-year-old joining the team. He already shows some potential on the hills, so maybe he can become a good puncher in the future. He does have quite a lot of potential, but is still a bit unknown for us. Hopefully he can develop well. Also joining the team is 18-year-old Mathis Grisel. Hopefully he can also develop well and can become a contender in the World Tour Classics in the future. Also joining the team is Paul Magnier. He is 19 years old, coming from Trinity Racing. He's already very skilled in the mountains and in the time trial. If he develops as expected, he's going to become a world-class stage racer in the future. Another one for the future is Eddy Le Huitous, 20 years old, coming from the continental team of Groupama FDG. He's a really good time trialist and also good in the Northern Classics. In real life, he recently became the French under-23 time trial champion. Keeping with riders for the future, we have another one in Noah Isidore. He's 18 years old, already a very skilled sprinter with still some room to grow. Hopefully he can already bring some wins in 2024 and can keep his development for the future. Another very exciting prospect for the future is Jesse Maris, 19 years old, already very good in hilly terrain, with still loads of room to grow. Also joining the team is 20-year-old Luke Lamperty. He is already a very good sprinter and I still expect him to grow quite a lot. He is definitely going to be one of the top sprinters in the world in a few years. And now going for my 2 main signings of the season. The first one is Axel Laurens. He still has quite a lot of room to develop even further, but he's already a very good sprinter, a very established sprinter with 75 skill on that. Even though my ability to play sprints isn't that great, I'm confident that Axel Laurence is going to give the team a lot of wins. And finally, Rémi Rochaz is going to be the main leader of the team with 76 mountain. His time trial skill isn't the great, but he can win us a lot of mountain stages and maybe even stage races where time trial isn't a thing. I am definitely excited to see him in Evian Castelli's colors for 2024. So between the national championships, the Sibiu cycling tour and transfers, this video might end up being a little bit longer than I would have liked, but hopefully it's going to be an enjoyable one. If you have enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit the like button and leave me a comment down below. It really helps the channel out. And if you are new to the channel, you are more than welcome to subscribe to it so that you don't miss future episodes. In the next episode, we are going to play 2 stage races, the Tour du Limousin and the Tour Poitou-Charentes. Both of them are sponsor objectives. But for now, that is all. And as usual, stay safe, stay positive. Until next time, goodbye.